We're back, and it's time for Ask Annex. Quick reminder, if you ever want a question answered, please let us know. Just head to the website, annexwealth.com. Look for the Ask tab. Matt Morzy is Director of Research and a CFP at Annex Wealth Management. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Danny.
Fred Coleman, CFP and a Wealth Manager. Welcome to you.
Thanks, Danny.
First question on Ask Annex. In cases like, and they name a company that has recently had a disaster. I mean, a big disaster. So in cases like the company, what's the history with companies recovering from disasters like this? It was hit hard. I'm wondering if that's a buying opportunity.
That's a really good question. One that, we get asked a lot when you see a sell-off in any particular company. And the way that I would look at it is, if you are going to try to invest into or trade into it, is what's your angle, or what are you trying to accomplish? So are you trying to speculate, or are you trying to invest? If you're trying to speculate, you're trying to take advantage of that recent drop and hope that you're either going to get what they call a dead cat bounce, where it just pops right back up, maybe 5 or 10%, and you're just trying to take some of that gain, or you just try to take advantage of buying it at a much lower price. So if you're doing that, I would have some preset goals in terms of what gain you're looking to get out of it, and is there a certain loss that you're okay to take off of that. You can set some trading parameters around that. So, if a stock's down 40% or so when you're getting in and you're trying to take advantage of that, I'm going to put some money in today, but if it goes down another 10, I'm just going to get out and I'm going to walk away. Then you can set a stop order to do that. If you say, hey, on the upside, if I can get a quick 10 or 15%, if it does bounce up right away, I could put it a limit order, set that price right away, and get out and take the emotion out of it, but just try to take advantage of trading. If you're trying to invest in it, and you're looking to add this to your portfolio and potentially make this a long-term holding, then I would probably look at maybe dollar cost averaging into it. Take advantage of where it is today and have kind of a preset amount that you would invest every so often. Whether, every 2 weeks or once a month, I'm going to invest X amount of dollars into it so I could build a position over time, regardless if it goes up or down, I'm going to do that. Or, hey, what, I want to put in some today. If it goes down further, I'm going to buy some more, but I'm really just going to let that sit and have it long term. So it's really the mentality of what you're trying to get into it for, and I would create a trading strategy around that.
Next up on Ask Annex, my understanding is you have to file a withholding form to have taxes withheld from Social Security payments. If money is money withheld, how much and what is the reasoning? Also, it looks like the tax is withheld based on the net after Medicare is deducted. Is that how it's calculated? Wow, that's complicated.
There's a lot of calculations involved that I don't think anyone understands until you put it into a spreadsheet, or you put it into a pro forma tax form. And that's something that we do at Annex, is we calculate what your income is and determine how much of your Social Security is going to be taxable and how much you should withhold. So usually for most people, around 50% of your Social Security is taxable, but it could be up to 85%. And it's going to depend on several things. So it's going to depend on, do you have pensions? Are you making IRA withdrawals? What type of earned income do you have? That's going to determine how much of your Social Security benefits are going to be taxable. Again, Medicare is going to be deductible, or at least a portion of it will be deductible depending on your income. But when you do fill out that form, you get a few options: 7, 10, 12, or 22% that you can withhold. And that withholding is just so you don't have a big tax bill at the end, because again, some of that Social Security is going to be taxable.
Did you see my eyes glaze over? We help people with this.
Absolutely.
We figure it out. Okay. Final question on Ask Annex, and this is for you, Fred, by name. Question for Fred. Do your clients share that life speeds up or slows down in retirement?
Great question. And I was going to ask a few of my clients this. They tell me stories all the time. Someone actually brought this up the other day, and they said, hey, think about, you put your kid in timeout for 5 minutes. That seems like a lifetime to them, right? I think about putting my 2-year-old daughter in timeout, and, she's crying the whole 5 minutes. But you think about when we get older, 5 hours, we could sit and that just goes quick, and you don't even notice it. So the thing that you have to do in retirement is make sure you have a structure to your day. Make sure you create projects for yourself similar to like you would if you had a job. Go on vacation, enjoy, because time will speed up.
I got a feeling that when I retire, somebody else is going to be creating the projects for me. You know what I mean?
There's
right?
always that.
There is always that. Right. That is life in retirement. That's one of the things, folks. If your finish line, if you think it's retiring, it's probably not. It's all those years into retirement, because I've read stats where sometimes people are retired almost as long as they worked.
For sure. You have to have something that you're retiring to. It's not just finishing work and then being at home, but what are you going to do once you have to fill your days up with something else? Like you said, hobbies, projects, vacations, all these things, family, all this time that you need to prepare for, not just the financial side of things to make sure you could afford all of that, but what are you actually going to do during that time as well?
Yeah, we care about that side of life, and we can help you with it. Our website, annexwealth.com. Click that Get Started button. Matt Morzy, Director of Research and CFP, thanks.
Thank you.
Fred Coleman, CFP Wealth Manager at Annex Wealth Management, thanks.
Thanks, Danny.